Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my bedroom. Yeah, it's one of them nights, I'm in bed. I hate this back to front camera because I don't know where the hell I'm looking, because if I look over there, I'm not looking at you, but if I look right on, I'm not looking at you, but if I, yeah. Anyway, a few of our subscribers, once they found out that I've been a funeral director for over 20 years, they've asked me to do chat to the funeral director, if you will. So I started funeral directing when, the motivation for me to become a funeral director was when I lost my mum. And the funeral director that we had was hell, but it was the only option. I'm not going to say the town or the funeral director, but yeah, after that experience with them, and because in my work history as a dental assistant, I also worked for a forensic odontologist who used to identify bodies, if you will. So I always wondered what happened after we'd done all the identification and that body just disappeared. So then when my mum died and I got this funeral director from hell, I thought, damn, I could do better than that. You know. So anyway, long story short, it was quite a few years later, we got posted up to Brisbane. And I had 2 little boys at that stage. I'm trying to think. John was in year 1. Josh was about 2 years old. And I sent off my resume to some local funeral homes. And I got a job as a casual in a funeral home. I worked there for quite some time, but I didn't like the practices because they were part of a big funeral conglomerate. That's what a lot of people don't realise. So many funeral homes are now owned by the same company. And your loved ones are not getting treated with respect and love. You know, they have central mortuaries and it's a number in, a number out. They don't care. And that's why I left where I started working. I couldn't do it. And it was all about sales figures, sales targets. You've got to sell this coffin with these flowers, this memorial book. You've got to do this, this, and this, and this. Otherwise, you're not going to get any bonuses. I didn't really care about that, but I used to get my ass whipped because I wasn't upselling everything. So no, I'm not going to do that to a family. So then that was my break, and I went and worked at the jail. It's where I met Agent. And after I left the jail, I couldn't handle that at all. I actually my ex-husband and I actually bought a franchise of pet funerals. So I was doing pet funerals for quite a number of years, which I loved as well. And then, end of marriage, divorce, had to sell the business. But while I was doing the pet funerals, I got to know a local Ipswich funeral director, and he was only newly starting up in Ipswich, and said, are you interested in any casual work if you're not working, like doing your pet funerals? I said, sure, I don't mind, I'll give you a hand. So basically, after I sold the business, I'd been working casual for him for a couple of years, and I was working even more for him then after I sold the business, and then he had to sell the business because of ill health. And I was basically running the funeral home with the new owners who I didn't like. So I left there pretty quick, but I actually got a job offer with another big funeral home in Brisbane to manage funeral homes for them around the Ipswich district. So I went, yep, okay, I'll take that on. And then my staff went, can we come with? So I asked them, I said, my staff want to come with. And they all got jobs at the same funeral home, which left Dilbury with no one. So his funeral home in Ipswich died real quick. So I think that the main message I want to get to you guys is don't go to the big funeral homes. Go to the family-run little funeral homes. You're going to get the best service, the best price. Like, I do work with a local funeral home, and she's a little bitty business. And I'm going to shout her out. If you're in Brisbane, there's no other funeral home to call but Caring Angel Funerals. Yes, she's in Ipswich. Give her a call. I mean, you will never get service like Amanda gives you. I mean, her families are treated like gold. And so many of her families are Facebook friends now. You know, there's nothing too hard for Amanda. Like if Amanda, well, I've seen it myself. Amanda has a little bub in her care. And Amanda will cuddle that bubby all day. Will make sure that bubby gets the sun on their faces, that they're loved, and that their parents know that they're being loved and cared for. But Amanda does that for every single family. Everyone. And you can't beat that in a funeral home. You really can't. Stuff going to, okay, I'll say the name, okay? White Ladies. You want a white lady funeral? Big conglomerate. Central Mortuary. You have the person that does your funeral arrangement will not be there on the day of the funeral. And it'll cost you way more than what you'll get an all-lady funeral from Amanda. I really hate seeing families being ripped off by these conglomerate funeral homes. All right, I'll throw a few names out. There is actually a show on ABC about them. Can't even remember the name that they gave it. I think it was on Four Corners. So Invacare, they say they're Australian owned. They own White Lady Funerals, Simplicities, George Hartnett, a whole heap of funeral homes around Australia. If you see a funeral home and it says Invacare anywhere, run. Really run. No. You need a small family funeral home who have been bought out by these big wigs from America. Okay, I'm ranting. So yeah, I'm a funeral director. So if you guys have got any questions for me, put them down below. Or if you want a chat with Bibby about funerals, let me know. I know sometimes it's a taboo subject, but hey, I'm here. I'll answer all your questions. You know what I'm like by now. Straight up, down to earth. I'll answer your questions truthfully. So guys, I just want to give out 2 shout outs. Well, I've already shouted out Amanda from Caring Angel Funerals. She is amazing. You will never find a better funeral director. And she actually started working where I did. I didn't know her then. We bumped into each other on Facebook. Her post popped up. And I've done some work with her and she's absolutely amazing. I cannot praise her enough. The other one, if you're up on the sunny coast, Zoe Watson, who is at Gregson and Waite. Brilliant. You want Zoe if you're up there. She's absolutely wonderful. I worked with her in another funeral home and she's amazing as well. So let me know what you think, guys, if you want to do more questions with the funeral director or whatever. I mean, I'll answer all your questions and everything. And apart from me answering your questions, you know, check out Amanda's Facebook page, which is Caring Angels on Facebook. She's absolutely wonderful. And Zoe doesn't have her own Facebook page because she works for Gregson and Waite. But guys, let me know what you think. If you want to know some more details or whatever, let me know, okay? Catch you later, beautiful people.